In this video, we're going to talk about the first step in the process, that is preparing the Excel data in a form that we can use in QGIS a few steps down the road. You'll remember from Module 4, we looked at this folder, the input data folder, and in here we had a field survey data folder. If you double click on that, we also had these files, this Excel file that we looked at. And if you open that up, you'll see, let me go back here, it had these 4 tabs on the bottom. We've already talked about what the contents are here. What we're going to have to do in this step is to go to section B, and then we only want the data that's in section B. We don't want these other ones. So click on this tab down here, section B, and then I guess right click and say move or copy. And what we're going to do is make a whole new spreadsheet with just section B in it. So let's see here. We want to move it to a new book and also do create a copy. Otherwise you delete it from this one and then you can't find it again if you've made a mistake. So go to a new book, create a copy just of section B, and that's right here. And you'll notice that I've got the original right here, and I've got the new section B right here. I'm going to preemptively save this, so just in case I lose something along the way. Save, I will go to the location where I've been working on these, where is it, right here, where input data, field survey right here. And I will call this, let's see, why don't we call it the field survey data underscore section B. We're going to change this extension later on, but for right now, let's save it as XLS. So what we need to do is handle this row 1, 2, and 3. Right now, we've got a very nice looking spreadsheet which has a lot of information, but when we try to read it into QGIS, the first row that appears above the data itself has to just be a very simple header. And right now we've got something very confused, and it won't be able to see through this formatting and these merge cells and things like that. So let's do this. Click on the 4th row, right click, and then say insert. And what we're going to do right here is make some new titles for these, just much simpler titles. So for example, you don't have to follow this exactly, but later on it might help if you've got something like this. I'm going to call this 0 mesh ID. This one I'm going to call 1 rice, because we're looking at rice in that mesh. This one I'll call 2 mixel, because it's about mixels. This one I'll call 3 rice rate eyes, because this was done with the eyes. Then I'll call this one 4 rice rate, let's call that 16 sub, for lack of a better word, the sub meshes. And now here we're going to have a number of these that start with rice, 5 rice. Let's call this 1 preparation stage, 5 rice, because we're all in this B5 for rice areas. 5 rice, 2 plant, the planting stage, 5 rice, 3, what should we call this one? Grow V, growing vegetation. Okay. 5 rice, 4 grow reproductive stage, I guess this is. Let's call it R. This one can be 5 rice. Gets a little tedious, doesn't it? 5 grow mature. Let's see, 5 rice. This should be 6 harvest. And then finally 5 rice 7 fallow. And then when we move over here, we got non-rice areas. So let's see, this one we'll call this 6. This is for B6. Let's just keep this simple, non-1. We can always look these up later. 6 non-2, 6 non-3. Let me go over here. Let's call this one 6 non-4. And let's call this one, let's see, 6 non-5, 6 non-7, and then 6 non-8. Okay, that was tedious. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And let's also collapse this down. So I'm going to click on this, and then right here I'm going to double click, and then it'll make it a smaller size. Makes it look a little bit better. You can save again if you like. And then the most important thing is to click on all 3 of these. I click on this one, then touch the top one while holding Shift. You can also click on this one and then hold Control and get the other ones too that way. Let me get that. Sorry about that. Just delete the top 3 rows, however you like to delete those. And they're gone. And that's what we've got left. So this is a very clean file. Save one more time. And then what we want to do is save this in CSV format, and then we're done with this step. So I have an old version of Excel on this machine. Yours will probably look different, but somehow go to Save As, and then for the save type, please choose the one that has MS-DOS CSV. It may be written differently for your computer. And also, I should mention that you could be doing this in OpenOffice, which would be perfectly fine in their Calc app. So save. I'm going to save that in the same place. And yeah, dismiss that. Say yes. And let's just confirm and see if it's here. So here it is. Just for fun, I'll open this one up in OpenOffice, and let's see what it looks like. So this is a comma-separated file, so that should be okay. Let's open. Read-only is fine. And here we go. So you can imagine what we're going to be looking at. This looks a lot like one of the attribute tables in QGIS for a shapefile. And we're going to be playing around with this. This is going to be the data we need.